out. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Grand Lake Health Systems Field in St. Mary's, Ohio, for another Rider Nation Station presentation of Rough Rider football. Tonight, it's the St. Mary's Rough Riders taking on the Elida Bulldogs in a very festive night here at Grand Lake Health System Field. I'm Joe Hurlbert. I'll be bringing you all the play-by-play action of tonight's contest. Joining me once again, as always, Zach Farrell. And Zach, a very special evening here as far as our pregame activities is concerned.
Joe, I don't know if it's because we had a week off or because the weather's perfect outside. Maybe it's because the Alumni Foundation Hall of Fame is on the field tonight before the game, but something just feels right about St. Mary's football tonight. Got a lot of energy out here, and you can feel it in the stands and feel it in the air.
Well, there's a lot of new things that are taking place around the stadium tonight. Of course, the fireball after the Riders score. We've got the scoreboard is absolutely fantastic. The helmet that they'll run through to start the ball game as they run onto the field. It's just an electric atmosphere. But, Zach, tonight they're going to induct two classes into the Hall of Fame for Memorial High School, the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. And the reason that being is because last year, due to COVID, they never really had a formal ceremony for the class of 2020, so they're going to be doing that presentation tonight as well.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they were able to bring the class of 2020 back here to us so that they could get their chance to have their official ceremony. I think it was announced last year, and it was well received during for the school and through the community, but to be able to have the families and the individuals here in person is really neat. Just to remind everybody, the Alumni Foundation honors 4 individuals, one for professional achievement, one for athletic achievement, one for service to St. Mary's City Schools, and they added, I believe last year or the year before, last year, the military service to country. So 4 individuals every year, and I think we're going to go down to the field here in a second where we're going to have the this year's announcement of the 2020 class and the 2021 class.
Well, Bill Kellermeyer is the president of the St. Mary's Alumni Association who puts forth this event each and every year. And, of course, Bill will be our guest at halftime. Zach will be talking with him during halftime to find out a little bit more in depth as to what takes place as far as the induction, what process, how it goes, and how they're selected and things of that nature. So stay tuned for that as well.
I think we'll probably also talk about just in general, the Alumni Foundation and the different events that they put on, the different money that's raised and what they do with that money. I can spoiler alert, the giant helmet there was bought by the Alumni Foundation, the inflatable helmet. So pretty neat that they're able to give a lot of that back to the kids and to the community.
Well, we're waiting for the St. Mary's Memorial All-Brass Band, which is at the northern part of the stadium, the end zone, to make their appearance on the field. And then we'll get to the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. But, Zach, well, we got a few moments. Let's talk about this ball game tonight. The Rough Riders come in at 5-2 overall, 4-2 in the Western Buckeye League. They come in with a big shellacking over Kenton last week, 49-14, and the Elida Bulldogs come in 4-3 overall, 3-3 in the Western Buckeye League. They lost to Wapak 40-13 last week, but the big mark for the Elida Bulldogs is that they lost their starting quarterback last week. Larkin Henderson broke his collarbone in the game against the Wapakoneta Redskins, so they will start 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore Jason Kovald at quarterback. So we'll see how that shapes up as the game progresses.
Yeah, Jason Kovald, we were watching him in some of his pregame warm-ups, and he looked to have a pretty solid arm for his age. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm guessing that he's a little less mobile as Larkin, the former quarterback, was. So disappointing if you're Elida because their offense, to be honest, didn't have a lot going for it stats-wise. They're one of the bottom of the league. They definitely struggled. They have a nice system, a nice scheme with some zone reading type of running plays, but not a lot of passing and not a lot of success in that, and especially in their 3 losses. And especially last week against Wapak, they scored early on and weren't really able to put much together the rest of the game.
Well, the strength of the Elida Bulldogs is their defense. They are number 1 in the Western Buckeye League against the rush. They're allowing their opponent just 50 yards per game rushing. and 7 TDs allowed. That's the lowest in the Western Buckeye League. They are the number 1 team in the Western Buckeye League defensively with points allowed. They've just given up 76 points. That's 10.9 points per game, but keep in mind, they are going against the number 1 rushing offense in the Western Buckeye League. The St. Mary's Rough Riders, they've amassed 1,748 yards through 7 games, averaging nearly 250 yards per game on the ground and 22 touchdowns. And so it'll be an interesting matchup between offense and defense to see who can control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting, their game last week against Wapak. Their defense actually played very well in the first half and then just sort of lost energy against Wapak in the second half. But they do have some big guys on the defensive line. They have some really athletic linebackers. Not a lot of size in the rest of their defense. And I think St. Mary's' offense, if it's running on all cylinders like we've seen it the past couple games, shouldn't have a problem with it. But you can't let your guard down against their defense. They're certainly good. Lowest scoring defense, scored against defense in the WBL is no joke at this point in the season.
When you take a look at some of the individual players, we talked about, of course, Jackson Koval replacing Larkin Henderson, who broke his collarbone last week. The other premier player offensively is Brady Kirk. He is 4th in the Western Buckeye League in rushing. He's carried the ball 92 times, 442 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But as you look through the statistics of the Western Buckeye League, both team and individually, he is the only person that shows up in any form of statistic. There's nobody in the receiving categories or anything of that nature. And as far as team offense and defense, they're in about the middle of the pack in the Western Buckeye League.
Yeah, they had a couple long pass plays that sort of throw it up for grabs and kind of got a little lucky on it last week. But for the most part, they're going to try to run it. And fortunately, I think St. Mary's has one of the best rushing defenses that I've seen a St. Mary's team have in a really long time, as not to mention their entire defense, really. So looks like we're getting ready to about get started down here, Joe.
Well, I want to welcome a new sponsor aboard tonight for tonight's ball game and throughout the rest of the season. We want to welcome Fowler's TV and St. Mary's. They are our first down sponsors, so glad to have them aboard, as well as all of our sponsors that help us bring you, our viewers, Rough Rider football throughout the course of the 2021 season.
Yeah, it's been really special. I just hope that everybody watching us, wherever you are, especially some of Gwinnett and around town, are tuning in and hopefully ready to see a great Rough Rider football game tonight.
Right now we're going to direct our attention to Bill Kellemeyer at midfield as he does the presentation induction of the 2020 class and the 2021 class into the Memorial High School Hall of Fame.
Good evening. In 2006, the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation was established to serve 2 primary functions: to raise endowment funds that benefit the St. Mary's City Schools, and to establish, administer, and maintain a Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame, in its initial inception, recognized those who achieved excellence in 3 areas: academic and or professional achievement, athletic achievement, and distinguished service to St. Mary's City Schools. In 2020, the Foundation's Advisory Committee added an additional category recognizing military service to country. In the interest of time, we ask that you hold your applause for at the end of the ceremony. We also encourage you to read the program distributed to you this evening so that you can read the full account of the achievements of these accomplished individuals. Now for the 2020 inductees. For academic and professional achievement, the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation recognizes MHS Class of 1965 alumnus, the Honorable Michael J. Baer. Due to a prior commitment, Mr. Baer is unable to be present tonight. Accepting this honor on his behalf are his dear friends and classmates, Mrs. Frances Piles and Dr. Ralph Hecht. In recognition of his extraordinary work in the defense and security of our nation and his counsel to Presidents Ronald Wilson Reagan and George Herbert Walker Bush, and to Defense Secretaries William Perry, William Cohen, Donald Rumsfeld, Robert Gates, Leon Panetta, Chuck Hagel, Ashton Carter, James Mattis, and Mark Esper, the Alumni Foundation inducts the Honorable Michael J. Baer into the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation Hall of Fame for academic and professional achievement. For athletic achievement, the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation recognizes MHS Class of 1995 alumnus, Miss Nikki Myers. Nikki has distinguished herself as an outstanding basketball player at both the high school and collegiate levels. She practically owns the record books of Memorial High School girls basketball and dominated girls basketball in Northwest Ohio from 1991 to 1995. She would go on to leave her mark in girls college basketball in the Southeastern Conference as a member of the University of South Carolina Gamecocks from 1995 to 1999. For her outstanding and superior athletic achievement at the high school and collegiate levels, the Alumni Foundation inducts Nikki Myers into the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation Hall of Fame for athletic achievement. For distinguished service to St. Mary's City Schools, the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation recognizes MHS Class of 1961 alumnus, the late Mr. Robert Buzz Howard. Representing Mr. Howard is his wife Cheryl Howard and his friend Larry Sebe. Mr. Howard spent 44 years teaching English at Memorial. He also spent countless hours keeping Rough Rider football statistics and coaching his beloved Scholastic Bull team, he affectionately referred to as SCOBO. He had immense love of his hometown and authored 5 books chronicling various aspects of Memorial High School and the St. Mary's community. In recognition of his decades of outstanding and superior service to St. Mary's City Schools, the Alumni Foundation inducts Mr. Robert Buzz Howard into the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation Hall of Fame for service to St. Mary's City Schools. Our inaugural inductee for military service to country is a product of St. Mary's City Schools. The late Mr. Nick D. Dosick was a member of America's Greatest Generation and was a World War II veteran. Representing Mr. Dosick is his wife, Barbara Dosick. Mr. Dosick withstood ferocious fighting with the Germans to help sustain the Allies' efforts on the European continent. He and his fellow Timberwolves liberated the village of Minden, Germany from Nazi German control, and Mr. Dosick did so leading his men at the risk of his own life and limb. Near the end of the war, Nick, along with his men, captured a German sniper that had killed Mr. Dosick's best friend. Mr. Dosick was awarded the Silver Star, the Bronze Star, the Purple Heart, and France's highest military honor, the French Legion of Honor. For his honorable and heroic service to a grateful nation, the Alumni Foundation inducts Nick D. Dosick into the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation Hall of Fame as the inaugural inductee for military service to country. Board of Education President Chris Falk will now present Mrs. Dosick with her husband's high school diploma to make him an official Memorial High School alumnus. For the 2021 inductees, for academic and professional achievement, the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation recognizes MHS Class of 1967 alumnus, Miss Catherine Schipper. Ms. Schipper is a distinguished university accounting professor and researcher currently serving at Duke University. She has served on the Financial Accounting Standards Board, which sets the standards for the entire accounting profession. She is a widely respected empirical researcher who brings her research into the reality of accounting practice. For her outstanding career, the Alumni Foundation inducts Catherine Schipper into the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation Hall of Fame for academic and professional achievement. For athletic achievement, the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation recognizes MH Class of 1993 alumnus, Mr. Mike Elston. Since Mike is currently assistant coach at the University of Notre Dame, and the Fighting Irish are on the road preparing for a victory at Virginia Tech. Mike is represented by his wife Beth and daughters Olivia, Sophia, and Isabella. Mike has distinguished himself as an outstanding athlete at both the high school and collegiate levels, as well as in the coaching profession. Mike placed at the state track meet in discus all 4 years of high school. He was a component to the St. Mary's Rough Riders boys basketball, only Final Four appearance in school history in 1993, and was only the second player in league history to be a 3-time first-team All-WL selection. In football, Mike was an absolute force to be reckoned with in every facet of the game on the Skip Bachman-led 1990, 1991, and 1992 Western Buckeye League Championship football teams and the 1990 and 1992 Division II state football champions. Mike holds the longest interception return in Ohio high school football history. Mike would go on to play football at the University of Michigan and was a member of Lloyd Carr's 1997 National Championship team. Under Brian Kelly's tutelage, beginning at Eastern Michigan, Mike would launch a successful college football coaching career, which he still maintains to this day as a widely respected assistant football coach at the University of Notre Dame for their Fighting Irish. For his outstanding and superior athletic achievement at the high school and collegiate levels, and for his accomplished coaching career, the Alumni Foundation inducts Mike Elston into the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation Hall of Fame for athletic achievement. For distinguished service to St. Mary's City Schools, the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation recognizes its directors of bands from 1941 to 1950, the late Mr. Richard L. Schilling. Representing Mr. Schilling are his children, Miss Mary Nosseman, Mrs. Barbara Myers, and Mr. John Schilling. Under Mr. Schilling, the MHS bands received superior ratings 8 of the 9 years he was at St. Mary's, and his bands were one of the first in the area to combine formations with music on the field at football halftime shows. However, his greatest influence came in 1946 when he composed the music and lyrics of the Memorial High School alma mater. All these years later, it is played at home athletic contests on a daily and weekly basis, and every year at graduation ceremonies, a tradition we continue to uphold. On the 75th anniversary of our alma mater, the Alumni Foundation inducts Mr. Richard L. Schilling into the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation Hall of Fame for service to St. Mary's City Schools. For military service to country, the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation recognizes MHS Class of 1966 alumnus, the late Sergeant Rodney Baer. Representing Mr. Blair are his sisters, Nina Hollenbacher, Scarlett Helmstetter, and his niece, Deborah Cable. On October 10, 1968, the day before he was to take personal leave and fly to Hawaii to be married, Sergeant Blair was engaged in a fierce battle on a combat mission. Several men were wounded. Sergeant Blair, with a complete disregard for his own safety, brought 2 of his wounded comrades to safety. Sergeant Blair then advanced and provided covering fire for the withdrawal of his men. As he attempted to rejoin his comrades, Sergeant Blair was mortally wounded and made the ultimate sacrifice for his country. Sergeant Ronnie Blair was killed in action in South Vietnam, Hao Nia province at 20 years old. He was posthumously awarded the Silver Star, the Bronze Star, and the Purple Heart. Sergeant Blair is honored on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. for his bravery and valor, and for making the ultimate sacrifice for his country. The Alumni Foundation inducts Sergeant Ronnie Blair into the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation Hall of Fame for military service. Please join me in a round of applause for our Hall of Fame inductees. The Honorable Michael J. Baer, Miss Nikki Myers, the late Robert Buzz Howard, the late Mr. D. Joseph, Miss Catherine Schiffer, Mr. Mike Elston, the late Mr. Richard L. Schilling, and the late Sergeant Ronnie Blair.
into the Memorial High School Hall of Fame. Very well done. Class act all the way across the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And just in case you weren't able to hear there, we want to congratulate and honor the Honorable Michael J. Bayer for academic professional achievement, Nikki Myers for athletic achievement, the late Robert Buzz Howard, service to St. Mary's City Schools, the late Nick Dosick, military service to country, and Catherine Shipper, academic professional achievement, Mike Elson, athletic achievement, the late Richard L. Schilling, service to St. Mary's City Schools, and the late Sergeant Ronnie Blair, military service to country.
Well, right now they're playing the Alma Mater, which actually Richard Schilling wrote.
Yeah, that was a neat. The late Richard Schilling was a band director, I think, for 10 years in the 40s, and one of his crowning achievements was the Alma Mater, which they're celebrating the 75th year of creation. He composed it and did the lyrics, which is just really amazing because it's a great song that's lasted through these years and definitely something that's in the heart of a lot of St. Mary's graduates. It's so neat after the game to see the team go over to the band and enjoy that.
Sing the Alma Mater. The St. Mary's Memorial Alma Mater, performed by the St. Mary's Memorial All Brass Marching Band. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We'll have the presentation of colors, our national anthem, and the kickoff to tonight's ball game between the Elida Bulldogs and your St. Mary's Rough Riders. We'll do that and more as our pregame show continues right after this.
American Manufacturing Solutions is proud to invest in St. Mary's and proud to sponsor Rough Rider football. Think AMS, think logistics, done right. AMS is your complete supply chain solutions provider. Have electrical service needs? AMS can take care of that too. Call us at 419-300-1007 or visit us at AmericanMFGSolutions.com.
We're back at Grand Lake Health Systems Field. Right now you're watching the presentation of colors as the color guard will march the length of the field and present the colors. And then we'll have the playing of our national anthem by the St. Mary's Memorial All Brass Marching Band, and we'll be ready to get this game underway. As I mentioned, the Rough Riders come in 5-2 overall, 4-2 in the Western Buckeye League. The Elida Bulldogs 4-3 overall and 3-3 in the Western Buckeye League. And when you look at the Division III Region 12 computer rankings, the Rough Riders find themselves in 6th spot. Behind them is Wapak. Shawnee is just a couple spots behind them, and of course the Elida Bulldogs are in the top 16, and if we were to play the playoff game tonight, they would be in. But they're holding on in the 14th spot, so we'll see how things shape up.
Yeah, this is a very important game for Elida if they want to stay in the playoff hunt.
Absolutely.
So that they definitely are going to be coming out here with a ton of energy tonight.
And now the playing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, by the St. Mary's Memorial All Brass Marching Band. rival of the Elida Bulldogs. Now this is a little bit better for the Elida Bulldogs. They came out in their warm-up all black with orange numerals. Now they're in white jerseys with black numerals. I think I'll be able to see those. I was a little worried about the orange on black when they first came out to warm up.
A little bit easier for our eyes, Joe.
It is.
Well, it's electric on down there on the field, Joe. I think overcast skies. So I've heard some scattered showers in the area. Hoping it stays away from the stadium because there's a ton of fans out here. We want to keep it that way.
Well, the Elida Bulldogs won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half, so the Rough Riders will receive the kickoff to start tonight's ball game. Bo Fry, first-year head coach at St. Mary's. Of course, his opponent tonight is Kyle Harmon, the head coach of the Elida. When I talked to Coach Fry earlier this week on the Bo Fry show, I think Coach Harmon came from Wapak as well. So.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, but I think I saw Coach Doug Fry and him talking a little bit before the game, so they might have some history there between the two programs through Wapak, Canetta, and St. Mary's. As we know, the Frys were there in the 10 years ago, so pretty interesting. Wapak coach goes up to Elida, and Coach Bo Fry talked about they're instilling a lot of more energy and a lot more toughness into the Elida program. He talked about them bringing in his offensive scheme, which was a read running zone read. That's what I was thinking of. The zone read rushing that we see a lot in college and NFL now, and it's been working for them to an extent, and so they're an improving team. They're young, they're hungry, and St. Mary's needs to take care of business early, I think, tonight, because I think that if they can get ahead early, they'll pull away in the second half.
I want to remind everybody that through the course of the ball game, we'll have the big Ralph Ryder replay. You want to stay tuned and listen to that very special big Ralph Ryder replay. Also, we'll have the Rough Rider trivia question somewhere midway through the second quarter. And we've got a lot of things taking place here this evening at Grand Lake Health System Field. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, Zach will be interviewing the president of the St. Mary's Alumni Association, Bill Kellemeyer, at halftime. This kickoff return is being brought to you by Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance in St. Mary's. It's a short kick taken by Sharp. Keegan will head it to the middle of the field. He'll cut back, and he'll be tackled at the St. Mary's 36-yard line, where the Rough Riders will have it 1st and 10 on their very first series of the contest.
Saw St. Mary's this weekend practicing kick returns, and they were practicing with a lot of scrub type of kicks like that, and I don't think Elida's kicker has a great leg, so there are going to be a lot of short kickoffs tonight if Elida gets a chance to.
Out over the football is Chase Jacobs, a 5'11", 235-pound senior. Reineke will turn, and he'll give it to Ross Henshin. Henshin bowls through for about 3 yards on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 7 for the Rough Riders.
Also to note, I saw St. Mary's this week practicing on both a pretty sunny, nice day and a rainy day. So they got a lot of experience out here. If we do see some raindrops on this field, they're going to be ready, I think, to deal with it.
Somebody's got to yell down to him. Somebody's got to tell him that the clock is running up here. It's running up here.
Well, apparently there's scoreboard issues as the scoreboard clock is not moving, although they say it's running here in the press box. So they're going to have to do a reboot on the scoreboard. So the official clock will be kept in the press box as the scoreboard clock is not functioning. The play clock is working, so we got 15 seconds remaining on the play clock. Turn, pitch, Aiden Hinkle goes to the left, he's to the 40, and he dives across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to Mark Sisko about that this week in the rules of the game, but I saw all of the officials signal to everybody that they're going to use their wristwatches, and that's going to be the official time that they're going to keep. So probably a little frustrating, but I see some administrators scrambling up here to get that clock working. So
Aiden Hinkle picks up a Fowler TV first down, so the Rough Riders will have it 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Turn.
Sharp.
Give the ball to Sharp. That's Caden, I believe.
Yep.
Caden Sharp.
Albert Sporting.
Yeah, it's interesting. We've seen some new blood for the running backs for St. Mary's. Both I talked all year about how many running backs he has, and we're finally going to see a little bit more of them being used tonight.
Turn, give the ball to Ross Henson. That'll be another Fowler TV first down as they move the chains. Well, here's the key, Zach. Last week, I think he didn't play any of his starting running backs in the second half, so he got a lot of young kids in the game last week, and I think they've showed that they can play on Friday night, so they're getting the opportunity here against the Elida Bulldogs early in the contest.
Yeah, the Sharp brothers have really impressed me on film. They're fast. They're a lot faster than a lot of some of the running backs that we've seen. I thought that was a false start there by one of the running backs, but it was not called, fortunately, for St. Mary's.
I think that was Ross Henson on the carry. We'll give him a gain of 7 on the play. Good job by the offensive line moving the Elida defense back, making holes for the running backs. There's a jump right there, so that's a Dave Weilbacher penalty. So we'll move it back 5 yards on the false start. Dave Weilbacher, attorney at law. For all your legal needs, see Dave Weilbacher at 216-225-9181. Give him a call.
Yeah, it's not good that that was really twice in a row, 2 false starts in a row. Got away with it the first time, not the second time, though. Disappointing because they got a lot of momentum going. They're doing something early on that Wapak wasn't able to do, which is run right down their throat. Inside running was not going anywhere for Wapak.
Give it to Caden Sharp. He's still moving forward, and he's pushed out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. The clock is now the clock continues to run. Should be out of bounds. It should be stopped, but it's still running.
We saw those Sharp brothers on wrestling over the past couple years, and they've been strong, fantastic wrestlers.
Good athletes.
Yeah, and it's really great to see how they're able to break tackles for their size, and they've still got a lot of speed. It's interesting to see them starting to get more time there.
Of course, their big brother Carter plays on the defensive line.
Right.
Turn, give the ball to Henson. Henson's got a first down. He's bowling for more. Nice run by Ross Henson. It'll be another Fowler TV first down. For all your TV and entertainment needs, see Fowler TV in St. Mary's.
Yeah, Elida defense just looks kind of like a deer in headlights. They're just kind of standing around watching St. Mary's just kind of run them over. Watch this replay here. You can see just the Elida guys just sort of running along.
Kevin McGuire, number 79 for the Elida Bulldogs, is probably the biggest player they have on the field. He's a 6'1", 305-pound sophomore. Give the ball to Tanner Howe. He's run out of bounds. Tanner's first carry of the night. We'll give him a gain of 9. We'll call it 2nd down and a long 1 for a first down. The Rough Riders.
Nice lead block there from Ross Henson and Ryan Davis out in front as well. Just a nice classic-looking sweep.
$8:29 remaining in the first quarter on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Give the ball to Aiden Hinkle. He breaks a tackle and still running, and he's now brought down. But it'll be another Fowler TV first down as they move the chains on the far side of the field. So it'll be 1st and 10. We'll call the ball at the Elida 11-yard line. So the Rough Riders can get a first down without scoring. They'll have to get it to the 1-yard line to pick up a first down.
Aiden Hinkle continues just to look stronger and stronger as the year goes on. It's really great to see. And that's really great to see a lot of the running backs breaking tackles tonight. That was something that they weren't able to do early in the season.
Ross Henchen off tackle. He'll get the ball down to about the 5-yard line before he's tackled. You know, and Coach Bo mentioned it throughout the whole entire season that, keep in mind, Aiden Hinkle was nursing an injury. And
Yep.
It was a knee injury. And a lot of times when you have knee injuries of the sort, the biggest thing you have to overcome is between your ears. You know, it's a mental aspect. That how's my knee going to take a hit? And so you kind of baby it along, so to speak, until you get the confidence. And you can see that over the last 3 weeks, Aiden Hinkle's confidence is really starting to come back.
Absolutely.
Ross Henkel's going to be close to a Rough Rider first down. I think they're going to mark him short. So the Rough Riders will have it third and about a half-yard for a first down. The ball will be placed at about the 2-yard line. Clock continues to tick. 7:04 remaining on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Joe Hurlbert alongside Zach Farrell, Rider Nation Station, bringing you Rough Rider football tonight from Grand Lake Health System Field. We'll call it 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1 for the Rough Riders. Hinkle bounces outside and touchdown, Rough Riders.
Yeah, that was a nice run, Joe. He just carried a few Elida defenders with him into the end zone. Watch this replay. Nice surge from the right side of that offensive line. Great job by Tanner Howe of sealing his guy off and keeping him away from Aiden Hinkle. And Aiden Hinkle did the rest with just that power.
Good job up front. Stosh Patterson, Chase Jacobs, Ryan Davis, Braden Salyer, Ryan Meyer in there as well, as Brandon Bowers will attempt the point after out of the hold of Reineke. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 6:43 remaining in the first quarter, it's the St. Mary's Rough Riders 7, the Elida Bulldogs nothing. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the Rough Rider kickoff right after this.
Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and Shooting Sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323. This Rough Rider kickoff is being brought to you by Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance. On the return is Jaden Irons for the Elida Bulldogs. 6'1", 151-pound senior, and he'll return the football out to the 24-yard line of the Elida Bulldogs. So we're going to see new quarterback Jackson Kovold. He's replacing the injured Larkin Henderson, who broke his collarbone last week in the game against the Wapak Redskins.
Joe, let's talk about that St. Mary's Rough Rider drive. 69 yards on 12 rushes, 5 Fowler's TV first downs on that drive. Pretty nice way to start the game for St. Mary's.
Absolutely. Jackson Kovold in the shotgun. Beside him is Brady Kirk. And Kirk on the carry.
I expect we'll see a lot of this tonight. A lot of zone reads. Let the big lineman move, make some spaces, make some holes, and then let the quarterback and running back try to decide where they're going to put it.
Give him a gain of 4. We'll call it 2nd down and 6. Kovold. He'll move Kirk to the other side. Snap, give the ball to Kirk. Drives up off the right side of the Elida offense. We'll give him a gain of about 3 on the play. We'll call it 3rd down and 2 for the Elida Bulldogs. So it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Elida Bulldogs on their first possession of the evening. We'll see what head coach Kyle Harmon wants his offense to do. He'll give the ball to Kirk, and I think he's going to have enough for the first down. So we're going to move the chains, and that'll be Elida's first down of the ball game.
Yeah, a little disappointed there. St. Mary's had some nice penetration on that side of the line and unable to make a tackle in the backfield. Let Kirk get out and get that first down. Really could have had him dead to rights in the backfield.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Elida Bulldogs. The ball is placed at their own 36-yard line. Cobalt drops back, wants to throw the football. Nice catch by number 26. That's Gunnar Kuhn. And that'll be it. Did he catch it or drop it?
It was he caught it, and then nice hit, nice stick from
yeah, I didn't see
Keel.
it originally.
Yeah.
So it'll be an incomplete pass. I thought he caught it originally. Yeah. I didn't see the ball hit the ground.
Something to watch, though. That was a pretty nice throw from that backup quarterback, and some nice get up there from 26, Gunnar Kuhn.
2nd down and 10 for Elida. Again, the ball is placed at their own 36-yard line. Cobalt will give the ball, I believe, to Jalen Jones.
Yeah, Elida has some pretty good athletes on offense, and they're fast, and they're pretty good in the scheme of finding a hole.
3rd down, and we'll call it 6 for the Elida Bulldogs. Cobalt fakes pump. Oh, he's got a man wide open. This is an easy score for the Elida Bulldogs. Touchdown, Elida.
Wow.
Well, somebody bet on the pump fake, that's for sure. So the Elida Bulldogs put 6 points on the board. We'll check in here and see if we can see that. No, we can't. Yeah, I think so. You can see the defensive back bet on the pump fake.
Yeah.
And he got behind him, and it was nobody in front of him.
Yeah, Jaden Irons ran a nice stop route and just too aggressive from Ty Keel. And I'm not sure if Brandon Bowers was supposed to be over there in deeper coverage or not, but just a breakdown from St. Mary's.
Jaden Irons will do the point after for the Elida Bulldogs. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 4 minutes and 6 seconds remaining on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, it's the St. Mary's Rough Riders 7, Elida Bulldogs 7, back right after this.
You deserve to hear, and those around you deserve to be heard. It's not just about your hearing, it's about your total health. Auglai's Audiology, located at 208 Defiance Street in Wapakoneta and 671 North Vandemark in Sydney. Make your appointment online at auglaisaudiology.com.
Auglai's Equipment Rental is your source for all your equipment needs. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a project, we can help get the job done more efficiently. Check us out at 1900 Salina Road or auglaisequipmentrental.com or just call 419-394-7883. Auglai's Equipment Rental.
This Rough Rider return is being brought to you by Lori Yelton State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. Lori Yelton State Farm Insurance. Hemmelgar and Howell. And it's short. It's taken by Sharp. He's at the 35, and he'll bowl forward to about the 39-yard line.
Well, hopefully that was a bit of a wake-up call from for the St. Mary's defense. this team I don't think is going to beat you if you keep the ball in front of you and don't give up some big plays. So definitely something that they're going to take into the next drive whenever Elida gets the ball back. Now hopefully St. Mary's can put together another 60, 65-yard drive here and put it in the end zone.
Keep in mind the Elida defense is number 1 in the Western Buckeye League as far as points allowed and team defense, giving up just 207 yards per game and giving up about 10.9 points per contest. So,
well, we knew it would be a battle between that number 1 defense and the number 1 rushing offense, and so far it looks like St. Mary's has the upper hand in that battle.
Gavin Reinecke gets the play from the sidelines. He'll trot back in, relay it to his teammates. Chase Jacobs over the football. Turn, give the ball to Hinkle. And that'll be a Fowler TV first down, so they'll move the sticks. Nice run by Aiden. Pretty much right now, Zach, the Rough Riders are doing it from tackle to tackle.
Yeah, St. Mary's offensive line is just imposing their will on Elida. Not really seeing any sort of penetration from the Elida defense, not really seeing any kind of linebackers filling any gaps. So far, St. Mary's really not trying to run it outside too much because they're just having such good success inside the tight ends.
Full house in the backfield. Braden Hemmelgarn on the carry. We'll give him a gain of about 5 yards on the play.
Even on plays like that where it's an outside run, it's a sweep, we're seeing so much space on the inside that the running backs are cutting it up early.
Exactly.
Because there's so much. They're taught that if they see that much light and that you take the yards that you can get up the field.
Yep.
And we're seeing lots of really good downfield blocking. Hopefully that turns into a big play here in a second.
There's the pitch to the left. I think it's Ross Henshin. Just keeps moving forward. Good blocking out in front, and he'll pick up another Fowler TV first down.
Nice toss sweep to the fullback there, and look at this caravan of.
Gee whiz.
Look at that down the field. Excellent pancake blocks there.
By Hemmelgarn, I believe.
Stosh Patterson, Hemmelgarn. Yep, both of them out there.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders. The ball is placed at the Elida 30-yard line. 2 minutes and 7 seconds. The clock is moving here in the first quarter. Turn, give the ball to Ross Henshin.
Actually, that was Caden Sharp. It did look like Ross for a second, but
very good.
It's really nice to see a kind of a mix-up between Caden Sharp and Ross Henshin, too. A little bit.
Aiden Hinkle thrown in there.
Yeah.
So you got some speed, you got some power. Braden Hemmelgarn comes to the sideline. Caden Sharp with the carry.
Nice vision on that. I really liked how when he got into the hole, he saw that there was some congestion to his left. He just make a nice cut to the right, take what you can get upfield.
Well, that's another Fowler TV first down as they move the chains. The ball will be inside the 20-yard line, and it'll be placed at the 19. The Rough Riders are inside the red zone, and Zach, the Rough Riders have been very successful this year inside the red zone.
Yeah, you talked about that with Coach Bo Fry. He's got to be excited about how well they've been when they're able to get the ball in there, they score.
Henshin on the carry.
They've got an excellent kicker, as we know, in Brandon Bowers, but they really haven't had to use him too much inside the red zone. They've put the ball in the end zone more often than not.
Comes Tanner Howe into the ball game. Colton Mabry comes out. Give the ball to Hemmelgarn. He's going to cut to the outside. The first play we've seen, bust to the outside. He breaks a tackle, squares his shoulders. Touchdown, Rough Riders.
Woo. That's just talented running, Joe. not pretty well blocked. Knocked down, nice pancake block there from Ross Hinchin, but two guys outside and couldn't catch him. Couldn't catch Hemmelgarn.
Nice run by Hemmelgarn. The Rough Riders are on the board again, 13-7 with the point after touchdown coming. And that will mean Brandon Bowers out of the hold of Gavin Reinecke. We'll see if they can increase this lead to 14-7. There's a snap, the ball placed down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 6 seconds remaining on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, it's your St. Mary's Rough Riders 14, Elida Bulldogs 7. Back with the Rough Rider kickoff right after this.
Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider athletics and the Memorial student athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
In life, as in football, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance, someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you will need for retirement, family security, and life. With Prudential Advisors, that's what you'll get, someone who can help you build that financial strategy. To get started, contact Kelsey Burke, Financial Planner, and Denny Louth, Financial Advisor, at 419-394-8879 today.
All righty, we welcome you back to Grand Lake Health System Field. The Rough Riders lead on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard 14-7. This Rough Rider kickoff brought to you once again by our friends at Laura Yelton State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. Laura Yelton State Farm Insurance.
Joe, that was a 61-yard drive. So far, St. Mary's has 130 yards, 9 Fowler's TV first downs, 20 rushing attempts for 130 yards, and really just excellent 2 drives from the St. Mary's Rough Riders. Some good old-fashioned looking wing tee football.
2 possessions for the Rough Riders, 2 scores. Brandon Bowers kicks it out of the end zone, so they'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line with 6 seconds remaining. We'll see what Elida chooses to do. Of course, they have their quarterback Jackson Kovold in for his second series of the ball game. Brady Kirk on the carry, and he'll get the ball. That should end the first quarter. With the score on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 14, the Elida Bulldogs 7. It's time now for our Big Ralph Rider replay, and folks, you'll want to listen to this. It's brought to you by our friends at Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub, home of our signature Big Ralph sub, pizza, and calzone. Give them a call at 419-394-2244. Listen to this edition of our Big Ralph Rider replay.
Emmerling wants to throw it. Throws it out this way. It's intercepted. There he goes. Mike Elston. Mike Elston is at the 40, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, no flag. The 10. It's a touchdown. Elston. Elston. The defense. They're going nuts on the far side of the field. Mike Elston. 85 yards, right? 85 yards for the touchdown. The St. Mary's Rough Riders lead it 13-3.
Whew.
Well, that's kind of exciting.
Goosebumps, Joe.
Kind of exciting. And that was 2021 inductee Mike Elston on a return in the state playoffs, and that'll be our trivia question here in the second quarter. So stay tuned for that. So Elida has the football. Second down and 7 at their own 23. Pass over the middle, and it is caught and almost broke by Gunnar Kuhn.
So far, Elida finding some holes in the St. Mary's defense that we haven't really seen exploited this year.
Emmerling wants to throw it. Throws it out this way.
And the successful down the field.
Now there's a missed tackle there by Sullivan, and picks up a first down. Big gain for the Elida Bulldogs. So to bring up 1st and 10, the ball is placed at the St. Mary's 43-yard line. Brady Kirk on the carry. Doesn't get much on the play, but I'll tell you what, they haven't done much on the ground, Zach, but they've done it through the air.
Yeah, kind of opposite from what we've seen them do all season. But watching this backup quarterback warm up, I'm not so surprised because I thought he had a really nice arm. A little surprised that he wasn't starting already, I guess.
Keep in mind also, we have yet to see the Rough Rider defensive front put any pressure on him at quarterback.
No, they've really done a nice job of calling plays that allow him to make quick passes, keep men out of his face.
Jalen Jones on the carry for Elida. We'll give him a gain of about 3 on the play. We'll call it 3rd down and 7. So it'll be Jackson Koval, sophomore quarterback, in the shotgun. He'll go back, and he's going to throw it out, and it's caught. It's caught by Gunnar Kuhn. It's going to be close to Elida 1st down, so it's going to be 3rd down, and we'll call it less than a yard.
Not a real great throw, but not close enough defense or not tight enough coverage.
Well, they're going to say it's close enough for a 1st down, so they're going to move the chains. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Elida Bulldogs. The ball resting at the St. Mary's 33-yard line. Koval. We got a Dave Weilbacher penalty flag on the play. It's going to be against the St. Mary's Rough Riders, so they're going to move the football 5 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down and 5, or excuse me, 1st down and 5 for the Elida Bulldogs.
Yeah, encroachment from St. Mary's. It wasn't able to see who was lined up, but somebody lined up in that neutral zone.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Koval drops straight back. He's looking to his left. Here comes the Rough Rider pressure, and they got him.
Well, that'll take that penalty away real quick.
Yes, it will, and some. Dylan Giesecke on and on the tackle. Braxton King, Stosh Patterson.
Not really sure what that – it almost looked like a screen the way that the St. Mary's defense was coming through, but I didn't see any screen set up. That's just I guess St. Mary's decided to come after him a little bit harder than usual. And they didn't have a quick pass, so I think they were trying to set something deeper up.
We'll call it 2nd down and 14 for the Elida Bulldogs. There's a screen back to the right, and there's running room. He's going to get the 1st down, and we'll see who the receiver is. That's number 22. That's Brady Kirk, the junior. So that'll give Elida a 1st down as they throw it back.
Yeah, Brady Kirk out of the backfield, running back. Linebacker got sucked up inside, didn't follow the running back out to the flats there. Not sure who was supposed to cover the flats, but nobody did.
Well, we've got a timeout on the field, and we've got a player down for the Rough Riders. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back right after this. St. Mary's Eagles 767 is dedicated to promoting the general welfare of the citizens of St. Mary's by giving special attention to public improvements. They are also committed to helping meet the public needs and all that relates to the betterment, convenience, and comforts of the citizens of St. Mary's. For more information on how you can become a member, call 419-394-3257 or stop in during business hours at 404 East Spring Street in St. Mary's. St. Mary's Eagles, 767. People helping people. Alrighty, we welcome you back to Grand Lake Health System Field. Joe Hurlbert alongside Zach Farrell as they're assisting the injured Rough Rider player to the sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 14 for the Rough Riders. 8:45 remaining here in the first half on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Nice defense there as they stop Jalen Jones. Braxton King Stosh Patterson, I believe, number 52.
Yeah, St. Mary's defensive line absolutely fired up. Just came through that offensive line.
Well, they got to make something happen because Elida's moving the football through the air.
Yeah.
So I think if you want your quarterback to rush the football, you got to get pressure on it from the D-line. So
yeah, need to watch some of these screens. Watch that double pump, stop and go.
straight back, little swing pattern out to Jalen Jones. We'll give him a gain of a couple. The clock will continue to run as they kept him in bounds.
Yeah, sort of a flood pattern there from Elida. Send two receivers out there, kind of clear it out, and then send a running back out into the flats, hoping that he doesn't get covered, hoping that the linebacker doesn't get out there and get coverage on him. Nice job that time from St. Mary's to get out there and get a hat on him.
We'll call it 3rd down and 7 for the Elida Bulldogs. See what the Rough Rider defensive brings. Here comes pressure. They're going to just swing it out to Kirk. Falls incomplete. All we got this time as they huddle up. This is our Rough Rider trivia question for tonight. We just listened on our big Rough Rider replay. Mike Elston holds the record for the longest interception return for a touchdown in Ohio high school football playoff history. I want to know how long of a return it was and who was it against. How long was Mike Elston's interception return for the touchdown and who was it against? We'll go ahead and text your answers in our comment section if you're watching on Rider Nation Station, or text in your comments on Facebook. Right now we got a timeout on the field. We're going to take a break with the score. The St. Mary's Rough Riders 14, the Elida Bulldogs 7. Back right after this.
Here at TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish. And so we chose Fowler's TV. It's been great for us here at TLC Learning Center, and Fowler's TV would be great for anyone.
Back at Grand Lake Health System Field, Joe Hurlbert alongside Zach Farrell, Rider Nation Station, bringing you tonight's telecast of Rough Rider football as they lead the Elida Bulldogs on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard by a score of 14-7. It is 4th down, and we're going to call it about 7 for a first down. Cobalt goes back, goes over the middle. The pass is incomplete. Well, he threw a bullet.
Yeah, this is a great pass. Had a guy and threw it pretty much where he could only catch it, and not a bad attempt for 4th down and 12, but excellent job for St. Mary's defense, bending, not breaking.
Absolutely.
On that drive. And now the offense needs to put together another long drive here.
So the Rough Riders will have it 1st and 10. The ball will be placed at their own 25-yard line. 7 minutes remaining. We're getting some responses.
We are.
A
lot of guesses here. It's a great trivia question, though, Joe. And
Caden Sharp on the carry.
It's neat that you were able to time it up with him being inducted into the high school Hall of Fame, and also with the Gwinneri's Big Ralph Rider replay.
Nice job by Hemmelgarn, bounces to the outside, so we'll give him a gain of a couple.
Scoreboard clock issue looks to be fixed. 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
I want to remind everybody that at halftime, Zach will be talking with Bill Kellemeyer, the president of the St. Mary's Alumni Association, and all the things that they're involved with. Not only are they involved with the Hall of Fame inductions process, but also other activities that they're involved in throughout the school. We've got a timeout on the field once again with the score: the St. Mary's Rough Riders 14 and the Elida Bulldogs on the American 7 on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. 5:47 remaining. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back right after this.
Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub has partnered with Rider Nation Station this season so that every Friday night, Guarneri's can be Rough Rider Football Central. Guarneri's will be streaming Rough Rider football live every Friday night at 7, paired with your favorite Rider aid. Make sure to call and make your reservations now to ensure yourself a good seat. Call Guarneri's at 419-394-2244 and make your reservation today.
Alrighty, back at Grand Lake Health System Field. Joe Hurlbert alongside Zach Farrell. I'm going to give you a little bit of clue as far as the yardage is concerned. If you listen to the Big Ralph Rider replay, it was stated in there that the return was 85 yards. That is not correct.
Ooh, the first Rough Rider trivia question hint I think that we've had.
It is. And I'll tell you, I remember the call exactly. In the heat of the moment, you just kind of guess and kind of look back as when he picked it off, because I was so involved in watching him run down the field that I kind of forgot where he caught the ball. But the 85 yards that was stated is not correct.
I remember that clip so well because we always watched it before every game. The coaches would put that on in the locker room that particular game, and that's what we'd watch. So
Bowers with the punt. It's going to hit the turf, and the Rough Riders will down the football, and the Elida Bulldogs will have possession, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Yeah, pretty disappointing series there from St. Mary's on the offense. Colton Mabry stopped on that 3rd down and a little short.
Pretty much 3 and out.
Yeah. They lost some of that energy, and the way Elida's playing right now, you just can't afford that right now.
You know, we watched the Elida come out when we got here, Zach, during pregame, and, you know, and to me they didn't look like they had a lot of size. They were just an average football team, but they have surprised me here in the first half.
Yeah, well, they play hard, and they've played really pretty well in the first half for a lot of games this season. So what seems to be their weakness is coming out in the second half and just not coming out with the same energy and getting just losing the games in the second half. That's when most of the points that they've given up have been, and they've really not made any kind of halftime adjustments for their offense.
We've got a Dave Weilbacher penalty flag on the field. I believe it's holding is the call. We're going to move it back. So Dave Weilbacher, attorney at law, penalty. See Dave Weilbacher, or give him a call at 216-225-9181 for all your legal needs. So it's going to be 1st and about 20 for Elida. Brady Kirk on the carry for Elida. He picks up good yards.
Nice tackle there from Braden Sullivan, getting under his man and flipping him over a little bit.
Not before he was able to pick up about 5 yards on the play, so we'll call it 2nd down and 15 for Elida. 4:23 remaining here in the first half on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. We're going deep, and it's just overthrown. And I'll tell you what, he had a couple of steps on Ty Keel. He puts it on the money. He's still running.
Yeah, Gunnar Kuhn. We've heard him a lot tonight. Running some good routes, finding some separation from Ty Keel that we've really seen have a great year.
I'm not sure what Ty Keel is doing, if he's biting on the fake, on the pump fake, or if he's just getting outrun.
I think that he's playing back pretty deep, and the quarterback's just getting too much time, and it's giving the receivers time to kind of pick their lane to stay away from the defensive backs.
Jalen Jones on the carry. He's pushed out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at 4:02.
That's an interesting call to me from Elida, 3rd and long, and you go with the off-tackle run like that you haven't seen any success with.
Exactly.
I think I probably would have took a shot down the field.
And to do the punting for Elida is Logan Crow, a 5'10", 150-pound freshman. Braden Hemmelgarn is back to receive the punt, and I might be Sullivan, but I'm not sure who's on the near side. Hemmelgarn with it. He's to the 40, to the 45, and he'll dive to about the 47-yard line, where the Rough Riders will have it 1st and 10. So a nice punt return by Braden Hemmelgarn.
Yeah, really nice. We haven't seen very many opportunities for St. Mary's to kind of set up their punt return. There we did that time. Sort of a middle return, just let him try to pick a lane and go. Excellent job picking up the yards that he could.
So 3:50 remaining. It would be nice if the Rough Riders could put 6 or 7 more points on the board before halftime. So we'll see how things. Keegan Sharp ran about 4 yards past the line of scrimmage and realized I lined up too far.
Wow.
Nice run by Ross Henshin. We'll give him a gain of 8 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 2.
We'll have to ask Mark Sisko about that in rules of the game this week.
If you can run across the line of scrimmage and then run back.
Can you set up? How far down the field could you set up and then come back?
That's another Fowler TV 1st down, brought to you by Fowler's. For all your TV and entertainment needs, see Fowler TV in St. Mary's. So the Rough Riders now in Elida territory. We'll call it 1st and 10. The ball is placed at the 42-yard line of Elida. Caden Sharp on the carry. He's to the 25, and he'll get to about the 35. He'll get to about the 33-yard line.
Nice hit on the tackle from Elida, 55, Torrey Thomas. Boom. Nice job holding on to the ball, though, from Sharp.
That's another Fowler TV 1st down. They'll move the change. 1st and 10 for St. Mary's at the Elida 32-yard line. Aiden Hinkle. He'll go straight forward on a trap. We'll give him a gain of about 5 on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 5. Clock continues to run, 2:35 and counting. Pitch. Ross Henshin. Give him a 1st down. Nice run by Ross to the right side. Good blocking at the point of attack and downfield.
Excellent job sealing everybody off there. Ooh, that's maybe 1 block away from Ross Henshin kind of having his way down the sideline.
Another Fowler TV 1st down for the Rough Riders. We'll call it 1st and 10. The ball at the Elida 13-yard line, 2:18 remaining here in the 1st half. Riders are on the move. Give the ball to Henshin. He'll bounce to the outside a little bit, and he'll gain about 2 on the play. Chase Jacobs out over the football. Wing formation to the right. Oh, ball's on the ground, and he picks it up.
Wow.
Nice job there. He's to the 5, and he's inside the 5, and that is Ross Henshin, I believe.
Yeah, Ross Henshin.
Well, he dropped the initial pitch. We'll see it here on our instant replay. It was a good pitch. He just didn't handle it. And that was big right there for him to be able to pick that ball up on the move.
almost score a touchdown from it.
And then he was able to get it down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line where it'll be third down. And I think we've got a timeout on the field. So with 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining, 14-7 on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard in favor of the Rough Riders. We'll take a break. We'll come back right after this.
Miller Funeral Home has been serving the Rough Rider community in its time of need since the 70s. Our business is a family affair, dedicated to serving families with integrity, dignity, and compassion. Miller Funeral Home, proud to be a supporter of the Rough Rider community.
Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success and supporter of the Rider Nation and St. Mary's community.
See the student body here at Grand Lake Health System Field. They're here in support of the Rough Riders.
It's Jersey night, apparently, Joe. Basketball jerseys, it looks like.
Absolutely.
Maybe a couple soccer jerseys.
We'll call it third down and 1 for the Rough Riders. The ball is at the 4-yard line. Ball to Henshin. Henshin leans forward. He's going to get
He's still chugging
to the 1-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Rough Riders. That's another Fowler TV first down. See Fowler's TV for all your TV and entertainment needs. Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. Go ahead.
On that replay, you could really see Ross Henshin, even though he's on his back, still chopping his feet, working his way towards the end zone. That's what we want to see out of your fullbacks. And a helmet came off from Elida, so they had to sub somebody in. That was, I think, number 55, Torrey Thomas. 6'2", 225-pound junior, so it's nice to get him out of the game on the 2-yard line.
Clock is ticking, under 50 seconds. Touchdown, Rough Riders. I believe a quarterback sneak by Reinecke puts 6 on the board for the Rough Riders with 50 seconds remaining here as the ball shoots off.
That's a neat tradition. New tradition.
So the Rough Riders put 6 more on the board on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. They lead 20-7 with a point after to come from Brandon Bowers. The kick is up and the kick is good. And with 50 seconds remaining, the Rough Riders lead the Elida Bulldogs on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard 21-7. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the Rough Rider kickoff right after this.
Since 1981, Plus One Professionals has serviced St. Mary's and the surrounding area and are ready to meet your real estate needs. They know the real estate market and can help you. Whether you're moving in, moving out, or around the area, Plus One Professionals are ready and eager to help you sell or buy your new home. They operate with the highest level of professionalism, expertise, and honesty as they help make your real estate dream a reality. Call Plus One Professionals at 419-394-7402 in St. Mary's today.
All righty, we welcome you back to Grand Lake Health Systems Field in St. Mary's. The Rough Riders lead on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard 21-7 over the Elida Bulldogs. This kickoff is being brought to you by Lori Yelton, State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. State Farm Insurance, St. Mary's. There's the kick by Bowers. It's going to come up short. It's going to be returned by Elida. It's taken at the 1-yard line, and they're going to get it back out to about the 19, 20-yard line.
Well, 44 seconds left. Just need to keep the ball in front of them. Don't give up any big plays, obviously. And it looks like we're going into prevent defense to try to effectuate that.
Elida will have the football first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Koval will give the ball, I believe, to Brady Kirk. We'll give him a gain of 2 on the play. We'll call it second down and 8. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. This possibly could be the last play of the first half. Well, they don't have to snap the football because there's 10 seconds remaining on the scoreboard clock, 10 seconds on the play clock, and that's the way the first half is going to end. With the score on the American Legion scoreboard, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 21, the Elida Bulldogs 7. We'll be back with our Hewer Renovating halftime show. That and more when we come back to Grand Lake Health Systems Field right after this.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Mary's the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Mary's. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Mary's. Give them a call today.
Writer-Rooters is proud to be a sponsor of tonight's game. Writer-Rooters, for over 40 years, has helped provide financial support to our athletic teams. Now it's your turn to help Writer-Rooters. There are several leadership positions open that need filled immediately. If this message is speaking to you, please contact Athletic Director Jim Holman at 419-394-4312.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet.
Speckman Automotive with stores in St. Mary's and Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. Family run since 1960, Speckman Automotive upholds the tradition of blending old-fashioned customer service with modern technology that the customers expect and deserve. Shop local. Shop Speckman Automotive.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their three-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Unique Awards and Signs, here to take care of your signage, graphic award, and gift customization needs. From banners for your graduate or corporate sponsors to awards recognizing those dedicated employees or champion sport teams. Stop in at 1865 Salina Road or call us at 419-394-1612.
VFW 9289's mission is to honor all veterans, past, present, and future. Come on out on Football Friday nights to watch the live stream of Rough Rider Football. VFW 9289, a proud sponsor of Rider Nation Station.
Vogel's Bake Shop, making thousands of fresh donuts daily, open 7 days a week with stores in St. Mary's, Salina, and Walpock. Also now found in Wagner's IGA in New Bremen, Minster, and Fort Laramie.
Good, how are you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Grand Lake Health System Field in St. Mary's, Ohio, where your St. Mary's Rough Riders lead the Elida Bulldogs 21-7. This is the Hewer Renovating halftime show. I'm Zach Farrell, and happy to be joined tonight in the press box by Bill Kellemeyer, the president of the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation. Bill, thanks for being here.
Zach, thank you for having us. We're grateful to come on here tonight and talk about the Hall of Fame and the Alumni Foundation.
Bill, we saw you before the game, and we broadcasted on Rider Nation Station the Hall of Fame induction ceremony and pregame ceremony. And for those who aren't affiliated or know very much about the Alumni Foundation. When did it get started, and what's sort of the goals, and how does the Alumni Foundation work?
Well, it started in 2006, and then in 2007 we had our first Hall of Fame. The two primary goals, as I mentioned in the pregame ceremony, is one is to raise funds for the St. Mary's City Schools, and second is to establish and administer the Hall of Fame. So we try to when you talk about sometimes the age of an organization, the Alumni Foundation, the whole scheme of things, is pretty new.
Mm-hmm.
We have, like, the community foundation here at St. Mary's, very established and has a lot of money to work with. But that's our goal. We want to be like the community foundation as years go. But that's our two primary focuses as a foundation, and we really feel like we're finally hitting a little bit of a stride.
Yeah. Well, I remember I graduated in 2005. And I remember it kind of popping up then and starting in 2006 because I was at college and they were asking for my email. We were trying to create databases, which was so important at the time because Facebook was still in its infancy. We didn't have ways to connect with people. We didn't have phone numbers. We didn't have email addresses for our classmates. And I just thought, wow, what a neat group that has been created here, because I'm going to be looking. I was already at college that time, and I'm thinking 10 years down the road, I'm going to have no idea where any of these people are. So
yeah,
I remember that getting started back then.
And that's still something we're still working on, trying to develop that database.
Yeah,
and it is helpful for class reunions or other school associated events from your graduating class. It's just to hopefully become a resource to help those classes down the line, present and in the future, to be able to pull that information together, because how many times are we looking for that one classmate that who knows where they're at,
Yeah,
so hopefully we can hopefully be a resource in that regard.
Well, thank you for continuing that effort, and thank you to the Alumni Foundation for getting that off the ground and getting it started back then. What sort of events have developed over the years for the Alumni Foundation to raise money, and where does that money go?
When we first started, as a young organization, that's tough to do, and we really tried to center some of that around the Hall of Fame dinner that we used to have, and that just, while I think we had a great event, it wasn't bringing out the results that we wanted. And so, we had some changes in the committee. We had a great committee. We had a great committee all the way through. We had some changes, and some of those people that used to be on said, I think it's time for a change. See what other ideas are out there. And we've gotten some new members that have stepped up, and they have, they've really in some ways just brought back the idea of some of the old things. Like we did the chili supper a couple years ago, trying to draw off the old tradition of the chili supper.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight the chicken dinner, with the pandemic, we kind of went the chicken dinner route. We don't have the chicken bowl anymore. So there's a couple things that we got going that we think that, just pulling back on some of our old traditions at St. Mary's and bringing those back in will be helpful. One of the other things that we're doing is this raffle. This raffle drawing, it has been a wonderful support by the community. I can't tell you how good we feel, especially coming out of the pandemic this year, that the chicken dinner was a huge success and the raffle was a huge success. So
some of those traditional things, the chili supper, the chicken. I know there was a chicken dinner tonight, fried chicken meal, and then that raffle. Is the raffle drawing tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I get done with you at some point, I'll do the 50-50 drawing, run that back up to Nick, and then I'll be down pulling off, I think it's like 100 and some prizes. So
yeah,
we might be there till midnight. You guys might be gone, and we'll still be there drawing.
It's a reverse raffle where you have these excellent prizes, some of the biggest raffle prizes that I've seen from any kind of local raffle. So neat that you've gotten that started. I commend you. In the last few years, it really seems like there's been so much activity from the Alumni Foundation and raising money, and we're starting to see some things, I guess, come from the Alumni Foundation. I talked to Joe about the inflatable helmet before the game. We're seeing old tradition, the chili supper and the fried chicken, like the chicken bowl, leading to new traditions like an inflatable helmet on the field. That looks a great way to welcome the St. Mary's Rough Riders to the field.
And I'll tell you, this is, believe me, I appreciate you thanking me, but believe me, it's not me. I got a great committee to work with, the St. Mary's City Schools. When we first got this started, we were trying to make that connection, and it wasn't really yielding what we wanted, but with Bill Ruane and the school board that we have currently, they've really partnered well with us, and so we're very appreciative of that. and the community has been great. I think people are excited. They're supporting these events. People are asking, how do I become a member? And so, I think it's really starting to hit a stride if we can just stay away from pandemics. That'll help us out a lot, actually.
Yeah, well, I've talked a few times about how nice it is that we have Bill Ruane as superintendent. We have John Burke as principal, and those are, two alums.
Sure.
And nothing against. There's been great people that have come here and from out of town, from other places that have been wonderful service to our community and to our school system. But there's something built in when you're an alumni of a high school to be able to come back and work there. There's just something built in that you have that extra emotion connected to the place, and we're seeing that played out with those guys.
Yeah, well, and I think that's very true. While you said you can have great people come from the outside, which there's nothing wrong with that, sometimes that connection home just makes things a little easier and a little better because they kind of get it, so to speak. They don't look at you like, what do you mean this is a tradition? I got rid of it. No, but then you get it, so that's very helpful.
Yeah, it's nice when they get it like that. So, and St. Mary's fans out there know what we're talking about. So, moving on to the Hall of Fame ceremony that happened tonight. Of course, you had, unfortunately, with the pandemic, we had last year not able to have a formal induction, so we invited the 2020 class and the 2021 class. When that got started, how did you decide, what you were going to try to award? What categories and why those categories?
Well, I don't know if I can really go into the detail of why those particular categories. That's kind of lost to my memory a little bit.
Yeah.
But those are the three initial were academic professional achievement, athletic achievement, and service to St. Mary's schools. And I think you just look at the life of a school system, and that could be any school system, and you look at, okay, what are the staples within that school system? Well, obviously, people graduate, they do great things. Athletics plays a big part, and the arts play a big part. And then, the people that work in the district, some of the great things they do. And then, of course, our latest addition with the military service to country. I think we're living in a time where, a lot of people are recognizing the service of those people, and it just made sense to us with the Banner Project and Hometown Heroes and the great work they've done, and recognizing our veterans. And I'll tell you what, you're talking about Ronnie Blair tonight. It's hard to get through that because you read those stories and you look at what these people have done serving their country, and in that case, making the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, Ronnie Blair, just an amazing story before the game of passing away in Vietnam.
Yes.
Making the ultimate sacrifice for our country there on the battlefield after saving a couple lives. Just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've heard many stories about the late Nick Dosick, and the things that he saw in Europe and at some of the concentration camps, and never till the day he died, carrying that memory with him and sharing it with others so that they knew the sacrifice that were made and why they made it, and with the hope that it would never happen again and never have to be done again.
That's exactly right. Yeah, he had an amazing story, and that's sometimes I think the thing. Even our contemporaries, I know you're a little bit behind me as far as graduating from St. Mary's, but I played with Mike Elston, and Mike was, I grew up with him and played sports with him, and he was ahead of me a year in school by a year, and you didn't really think about what a great athlete Mike was, and Nicky Myers. Nicky was a year behind me, and then you sit down now, 20-some years later, and you start reading those scripts and putting that information together, you're like, wow, they truly were amazing athletes.
Yeah.
And people forget, I think, those athletes just don't come through all the time.
Yeah.
They're kind of a rare breed, really.
As much of a pride that we have for our athletics at St. Mary's, we don't see Division I athletes very often.
No,
and you have Nicky Myers that went to the Southeastern Conference, played for South Carolina, and you have Mike Elston, of course, as most know, played at Michigan, and his great coaching career now with Notre Dame. So, and following Brian Kelly. So, very, very neat to see that both of them honored tonight from that. If we're going to talk a little bit about in the community, how can someone nominate for that committee? What's the process like for nomination and induction.
Well, Zach, thanks for kind of bringing that background. We kind of got a little sidetracked. We'll talk about these guys, which is great. So what happens is, we'll start that kind of process again now. Not that it ever really ends, but people can make nominations. You can go to mhsaf.com and pick up the application. You can call the Community Foundation. Mike Makeley is a great support to us. You can also check out our Facebook page. That application is out there. We want you to put in those nominations. We kind of cut them off for the year as far as the next, like 2022. That'll be in June. At the end of June, we kind of cut off the deadline. Obviously, we get something in, we'll put it into the next till, and then in August we make that decision, and then we start the whole process of planning for the event, scripting the plaques, getting everything organized and ready to go. And the one thing I want people to know about their nominations is they never go away. They're there. And so if, you or I were put in there and they're like, who wants to put those guys? We might sit in there for 50 years and, be gone before we'd ever get that chance. But we do keep them we keep them. We just don't get rid of them.
Well, that's good to know that if you've put it in there before, that it's in the till, it's reviewed, and it's considered then for future years as well.
And it's kind of an interesting thing when we get together as a committee and we kind of work through it. I mean, it's amazing how well it all comes together. You might have a little discussion and some of that kind of stuff, but it's really interesting amongst the committee. We always seem to arrive at a good decision and a decision we're all happy with. And
we did talk about the others. We talked about 4 of the 8 inductees, so I want to talk a little bit maybe about the other 4. Richard Schilling, service to St. Mary's City Schools, just a neat legacy with being the 75th year of the alma mater, and we hear it every game before the game, then we hear it after the game with the team singing it over with the student section. Such a neat story with him, and close to my heart, Robert Buzz Howard. I actually never had the opportunity to have him as a teacher, but I talked to him in the high school, and then really in the last 10 years after moving back to St. Mary's after law school, was able to connect with him and saw him a lot of Monday nights at Duffy's with our group there, and just such a neat guy and such a unreplaceable memory vault of St. Mary's athletics, St. Mary's city schools. So Robert Buzz Howard, we miss him greatly, and I can't think of a better addition to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Schilling one I have to mention was interesting because we didn't have a lot. Dot Hewer actually made that a nomination several years ago, and she admittedly told me, Bill, I don't got much, but here it is. And I had done some research because we do, we get out there, we're not afraid to do the research. And I did some, and I knew that there were kids, being a Lutheran. I went back, was able to check the Lutheran church records, and so I knew there were kids. I was pretty confident they were alive. And then somebody posted something on Facebook, and Diana Pendleton and I went to work. Dominguez, went to work, and really within a matter of a little bit of time, we were able to put it together, and that family was delighted. I know. I spent a lot of time with them on the phone, and they were absolutely delighted, and it's amazing. They actually have some St. Mary's connections to the Burgess family, to Dan Griffin's brother. So it's kind of interesting, small world type of thing, how that goes. And of course, I agree with Mr. Howard. I had him as an English teacher, as a senior, and obviously we know he loved his hometown and Memorial, and certainly gave us a lot of years of service as a teacher, and just loved his community and wrote those great books that we've got that we can rely on now.
Last but not least, the Honorable Michael J. Bayer and Catherine Shipper, for both of them for academic and professional achievement. Amazing reading about Michael J. Bayer. Hadn't really heard of him before, but had so much connections with U.S. presidents and administrations, and some really important, one of those persons that you don't hear about on the news, but has so many important roles behind the scenes, making really important strategic decisions for our government.
And involved in big things, 9/11, the Lockerbie, Scotland bombing of the plane, and the interesting thing is when you look at all the defense secretaries that he served under, Democrat and Republican Party.
Yeah.
So it shows you a cross-party alliance can happen, and you can do great things for your country.
And no surprise that somebody like that came from St. Mary's.
Yeah, right.
A community that can get along far better than D.C.
Right. And Michael Bayer was wonderful. obviously had the chance to talk to him. We're hoping to do something maybe after in the early part of the basketball season with Michael Bear and Mike Elston. As we know, Mike's on the road.
And Catherine Shipper, just basically a world-renowned accountant. Somebody that came from St. Mary's that is known worldwide for her accounting prowess and sits on so many boards and has so much influence in the accounting world, which for people sometimes don't realize really makes the world go round, makes the business world go round.
Sure, yeah, she's got a remarkable record, her career just at where she's taught, University of Chicago. She's currently at Duke University. The thing that amazes me about these folks is they probably have every reason to be arrogant, and they are such kind and humble people that have just done remarkable things. And that's what's great about them on top of what they've done is just how they conduct themselves. They're just very humble people and grateful. And we've been completely honored to do this for all 8 of them, and we look forward to doing it in the future as well.
Well, as the teams return to the field, I think we're going to call our halftime show come to a close here soon. So I want to thank my guest, Bill Kellermeyer, president of the St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation, for joining me here at halftime. Bill, anything else you want to let everybody know about out there? Any future plans for the foundation?
Well, we know that we're going to be doing some stuff in the wintertime. We've got a couple of the people in the community say money's where it's at, so we got a couple of things that will involve some money drawings that we'll be looking at. We're going to take a little bit of a break here for about a month, and then we're going to pick back up. We're going to try to help the Jays with the Basketball Hall of Fame thing. That's been a great thing they've done, but we're going to try to assist that. And we're just going to keep building, keep growing, keep moving forward. And, Zach, I want to thank you and Rider Nation Station for having us tonight. We really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you about the Hall of Fame and the Alumni Foundation.
Well, Bill, thanks to you and your committee for bringing this great organization back and giving us the Alumni Hall of Fame year after year, and we're excited for that. So thank you again. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to look at some of the statistics from the first half of the ball game, where the St. Mary's Rough Riders have lead the Elida Bulldogs 21-7 here at Grand Lake Health System Field. We're going to come back with some statistics, that and more, right after this.
American Manufacturing Solutions is proud to invest in St. Mary's and proud to sponsor Rough Rider football. Think AMS, think logistics, done right. AMS is your complete supply chain solutions provider. Have electrical service needs? AMS can take care of that too. Call us at 419-300-1007 or visit us at AmericanMFGSolutions.com.
Albert Sporting Goods is here to outfit your team, both on and off the field. Since 1980, Albert Sporting Goods has serviced schools, clubs, and businesses throughout Ohio. For all of your uniform, spirit wear, and equipment needs, make it Albert Sporting Goods. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
St. Mary's Legion Post 323, veterans working for veterans and the future of our country. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 supports veterans programs such as Gifts for Yanks, Support the Troops, Comfort Warriors, Blood Donor, POW MIA programs, as well as children and youth programs. The St. Mary's Legion Post 323 also donates thousands of dollars each year to local summer programs such as Boys State, Girls State, Scholarships in Education, Boy Scouts, Oratorical, and Shooting Sports. St. Mary's Legion Post 323, remembering the past, living the present, and working for the future.
Well, welcome back to the Hewer Renovating Halftime Show. I'm Zach Farrell, joined now in the press box with by Joe Hurlbert back at Grand Lake Health System Field, where the teams are taking the field. Before we get the second half kickoff, I'm going to go over some of the stats real quick. First downs for St. Mary's, 13 to Elida's 5. Total yards, 191 from St. Mary's to Elida's 138. Passing completions, no attempts from St. Mary's, Elida, of course, was 5 for 9 with 1 touchdown. Rushing attempts, 32 for St. Mary's for 191 yards, and 12 rushing attempts for Elida for 21 yards. So pretty evenly matched statistics for a 21-7 St. Mary's lead. Really kind of fortunate for St. Mary's to get out of that first half with a 2-touchdown lead, I think.
All righty, Zach, thank you very much. This Rough Rider kickoff is being brought to you by our friends at Laura Yelton State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. Laura Yelton, State Farm Insurance in St. Mary's. Brandon Bowers will do the kicking for the St. Mary's Rough Riders. Jaden Irons is one of the return men. Gunnar Kuhn, I believe, is the other. Bowers approaches the football. It's a low liner. I think he mishit that one. Ball's bounced out of the hands of Kuhn. And the Rough Rider special teams down to make the tackle, but not before he reaches the 21-yard line. So the Elida Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 to start the second half at their own 21-yard line.
Joe, looking over the rest of the WBL, Van Wert up on Kenton 49-6. Wapakoneta Redskins and Bath Wildcats tied at halftime 7-7. Shawnee Indians up 7-0 over the Ottawa Glandorf Titans. And the Salina Bulldogs losing 14-13 to the Defiance Bulldogs.
Some interesting scores around the Western Buckeye League. We'll keep you posted throughout the second half as things start to shape up. Some interesting scores at this point in time. Jackson Kovalt, quarterback for Elida, and I believe that is Brady Kirk on the carry. He'll get a couple of yards. We'll call it 2nd down and 8. I want to thank St. Mary's Alumni Association President Bill Kellemeyer for sitting in at halftime and sharing some thoughts of what's taking place with the Alumni Association. So we thank him and all that he does in his organization for Memorial High School. Give the ball to Jaden Irons. He's going to sweep to the left, and he's going to be run out of bounds.
Did you get, I don't know if you got an alumni raffle ticket or not, but he was going straight after their interview down to start drawing some of those prizes. So 100 lucky winners will get some excellent prizes from the Alumni Association.
So we're going to get him a gain of nothing as the rain starts to fall here at Grand Lake Health System Field. I think there was about an 86% chance of rain at this particular hour of the evening. Pass across the middle is caught by Gunnar Kuhn, and that'll be an Elida first down. So the Elida Bulldogs are getting their first downs through the air. And again, no pressure by the D-line or the linebackers on Jackson Kovalt. So we'll see what effect, if any, this slight rain right now, if it has any effect on the passing game of Elida. There's an incomplete pass. Pass was intended for number 2. Seth Sharp.
Yeah, it's kind of a risky throw, not a real hard throw all the way out to the edge. St. Mary's defender almost caught up to it. Number 4, Keegan Sharp.
Of course, the Elida Bulldogs do not huddle. They get their play sent in from head coach Kyle Harmon from the sideline. Seth Sharp will go wide to the right as I believe Kuhn is out here. Brady Kirk on the carry. We give him a gain of about 2 on the play. We're going to call it 3rd down and a long 7. Big play for the Rough Rider defense right here. See if they can get the ball and give it back to the hands of the offense.
Yeah, definitely need to see the defense step up here. I would look out for a screen, maybe a double pump play again, the stop and go.
Here comes Giesecke, pass across the middle. It's picked off by Sullivan. Sullivan to the 40. He's cutting back.
He's got room.
35 to the 30. He's headed to the end zone. He's nobody there. The 5, touchdown.
No flags, Joe. No flags. What a run. What an interception return. It's just the night for interception returns for touchdowns, I guess, Joe.
That is a big play by the Rough Rider defense. They needed that one.
That was neat.
Nice blocking out front.
Braden Sullivan turned into a halfback there after he got that and
Absolutely.
had a.
And the defense scores. So it's 27-7 on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard with Bowers point after to come. Ball down, kick is up, kick is good. So on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, it's the St. Mary's Rough Riders 28, the Elida Bulldogs 7, back with the Rough Rider kickoff right after this.
You deserve to hear, and those around you deserve to be heard. It's not just about your hearing, it's about your total health. Oglaze Audiology, located at 208 Defiance Street in Wapakoneta and 671 North Vandemark in Sydney. Make your appointment online at oglazeaudiology.com.
Oglaze Equipment Rental is your source for all your equipment needs. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a project, we can help get the job done more efficiently. Check us out at 1900 Salina Road or oglazeequipmentrental.com or just call 419-394-7883. Oglaze Equipment Rental.
This Rough Rider kickoff is being brought to you by Laura Yelton State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. Laura Yelton State Farm Insurance. Bowers approaches the football. That's a much better kick than the last time. That'll sail into the end zone for a touchback. The Elida Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
I think Bauer's still running high on adrenaline from that defensive return.
Well, that was a big defensive play.
Absolutely.
By Sullivan. Defense needed that one.
We saw him throwing up some questionable passes there a couple times tonight. Thrown some really great passes, but thrown some questionable ones, and was hoping that St. Mary's defense could take advantage of one of those.
That one was obviously underthrown and right into the arms of Sullivan, who returned it for a touchdown. So the Elida Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And the ball carrier is Brady Kirk. 28 points the Rough Riders have put on the scoreboard, and keep in mind, Elida came in only allowing 10.9 points per game, so that average is going to jump a little bit.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see their defense not really adjust well at all to St. Mary's. We're pretty much on offense been able to do whatever they wanted with the exception of that 1 3-and-out drive.
Cobalt back to the pass. Pass is incomplete. Pass was intended for Gunnar Kuhn. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Definitely looks, with all that rain coming.
3rd and 11.
Yeah, definitely looks like with the rain falling down, even harder for that young quarterback to get a good grip on the ball and get it swung out there.
Jackson Cobalt, the quarterback, filling in for the injured Larkin Henderson, who broke his collarbone last week against the Walpock Redskins. He's going to throw it back, and his ball's knocked up in the air and batted down by Dylan Giesecke. Well, he catches that bad boy. He's scoring.
Dylan Giesecke says, I want a piece of my own touchdown here. Oh, great job by Dylan Giesecke.
Yeah.
Lining up on the DN position, breaks out and covers that flat. We saw that early on.
Yep.
Nobody was covering that flat on those passes. It is pouring tonight, Joe.
Back to receive the Elida punt is Braden Hemmelgarn and Braden Sullivan. Punt is taken by Hemmelgarn, and he is immediately hit by Elida. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders, and they're going to mark the football, I believe. Seriously? at their own 40. They're going to call it. They're going to put it down at the 50-yard line. I thought maybe it might have been about the Elida 49 where his momentum was stopped, but they're going to place it right at the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders, who lead 28-7 on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard with 8:45 remaining here in the third quarter.
Sullivan. No, that's Colton Mabry.
And he's going to be run out of bounds, but they're going to keep the clock running.
We've mixed them up a few times this season, haven't we?
Uh-huh. Keegan Sharp checks in. Keegan Sharp will go wide to the right. Put a man in motion up the middle as Henson, and I'll tell you what, he had to break a tackle and one man to beat. He's standing in the end zone, but it's a Rough Rider first down. That will be a Fowler's TV first down.
Ooh, nice old-fashioned trap right up the middle. Stosh Patterson putting a hat on big number 79 for Elida. That's Kevin McGuire, just a sophomore, 6'1", 305, but Stosh Patterson hit him well.
1st and 10 Rough Riders. Braden Hemmelgarn on the carry. We'll give him a gain of about 4 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 6. Caden Sharp checks into the ball game. Here comes Gavin Reinecke with the play from the sideline. No gain by Caden Sharp on the carry. I'll tell you what, you know what, if the Rough Riders went up top, I think it would surprise a lot of Elida defenders.
Yeah, especially in this rain. I have a feeling that they probably won't do it, though. I can see maybe a boot when you tell your quarterback it better be wide open.
Run first and throw.
Exactly, yep.
There's the pitch. I believe that's Mabry, I believe. Nope, that's Sharp.
It's going to be close. Nope.
Caden Sharp on the carry. It's going to be 4th down, and we're going to call it a long 2 for the Rough Riders. Obviously, they're in 4-down territory. They're going to go for it.
Well, Caden had a lot. He's going to watch that on film and be a little disappointed. He had a little bit more room to get that first down, and he just kind of made a bad cut to the outside and was unable to get the corner.
So it'll be 4th and 2 for the Rough Riders. The ball is at the Elida 30-yard line. Long count at the line of scrimmage. Turn, give the pitch. And I'm not so sure he's going.
Oh, yeah, second effort.
A second effort.
It's going to be close.
There for a while. I didn't think he was going to get it. I thought he was going to be stopped close to the line of scrimmage, but a second surge.
Watch this replay here. Ross Henson with the pitch.
Stopped at the 30.
Pretty good defense from Elida, and Ross Henson just overpowers him. Wow.
So it'll be a Fowler TV first down for the Rough Riders as they move the chains and a new set of downs for St. Mary's.
Elida players wanting a measurement.
It's too late now.
Yep. Chains have moved.
So the Rough Riders will have it 1st and 10 at the Elida 27-yard line.
Seeing definitely a slower pace from St. Mary's here, trying to use up this clock. 21-point lead. No need to give the ball back into this explosive offense hands.
Right up the middle goes Aiden Hinkle. He's down close to the 15-yard line, so that's a Fowler TV first down. For all your TV and entertainment needs, see Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. 1st and 10 Rough Riders at the Elida 20-yard line.
Ryan Davis, right guard, comes forward for a trap and unable to get a little inside out, but gets an excellent helmet on the D tackle, breaks it wide open for Aiden Hinkle.
Basic smash mouth football by the Rough Riders. Ty Keel goes way out to the right. Got a man in motion. Here comes the counter back. Oh,
wide
Hamilton's
open.
going to go in for a touchdown.
Wow.
Well, that was wide open.
Woo. He could have moonwalked that one into the end zone, Joe. Watch
Look
this
at this.
counter.
There's a lane there that you could drive a truck through.
Woo.
Braden Hemmelgarn scores for the Rough Riders' 34th point with the point after coming. 4:50 remaining here in the third quarter. Reinecke will hold. Bowers will attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 4:50 remaining on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard here in the third quarter, it's the St. Mary's Rough Riders 35, the Elida Bulldogs 7. Back right after this.
Buffalo Wild Wings and St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider athletics and the Memorial Student Athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
In life, as in football, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance, someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you will need for retirement, family security, and life. With Prudential Advisors, that's what you'll get, someone who can help you build that financial strategy. To get started, contact Kelsey Burke, Financial Planner, and Denny Louth, Financial Advisor, at 419-394-8879 today.
You can see the rain falling here at Grand Lake Health Systems Field. This kickoff brought to you by Lori Elton, State Farm Insurance. Be a legend, insure your life. Lori Elton, State Farm Insurance in St. Mary's, low line drive. It's going to skip off the turf and right into the hands of
Kuhn, I think, 26.
Gunnar Kuhn, and he's still on the move. Good return by the Elida Bulldogs. Brings it back to about the 33-yard line, 34-yard line, where the Elida Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10.
I'll tell you what, I'm happy that Gunnar Kuhn is a senior because there's a lot of juniors and sophomores on this Elida team. This team's going to be better in the future, and it'll be nice that he's not on the team.
Very athletic.
Yep.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Elida Bulldogs as Jackson Kovalt, the sophomore quarterback, is in the shotgun. He has Brady Kirk to his right, puts a man in motion. He'll give it to Kirk, and he'll go nowhere. We'll give him a gain of about 1 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 9. Clock continues to run on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. We're down to 4:20 remaining third quarter. You able to find any updated scores?
I have to check here. Their
Okay.
WBL website's always interesting for it to work.
It was amazing this week because I always try to, as I put the Bo Fry show together, I do it like on Monday or Tuesday. And as I'm getting the league standings, and they didn't even have them updated till Wednesday.
Wow.
And I thought, seriously? But it's also always a wealth of information.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, check out the Western Buckeye League site, football. You'll see the standings. You'll see past champions. You'll see the week statistics.
Yeah, it's WBL Sports, so they actually will have all the sports there.
Yep. Kovalt.
Ooh.
Pass almost picked off by Braden Hemmelgarn.
Watching this replay here, Braden Hemmelgarn just does an excellent job anticipating the pass and jumping in front of that.
I really don't know what that means. Do you? There it is. We're back. You can see the rain falling here at Grand Lake Health System Field. And Hemmelgarn will go back and he will join Braden Sullivan to return the punt. punter is Logan Crow, a freshman for the Elida Bulldogs. Sullivan and Hemmelgarn standing at their own 30-yard line. Nice punt. Sullivan has it at the 30 to the 35. Still running, and he's going to be down at about the 39-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders.
Might be a good time, Joe, to announce our winner of our trivia question.
The Rough Rider trivia question this week was Mike Elston holds the record for the longest interception return for a touchdown in Ohio high school football playoff history. I wanted to know how long the return was for a touchdown and who was it against. The answer is 88 yards, and it was against Columbus St. Francis de Sales in 1990. And congratulations goes to Kurt Keel, our winner of a large 2-item pizza from Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub. And you can pick up your certificate, Kurt, at Lori Yelton State Farm Insurance in St. Mary's, I believe on Monday. She will have that. So stop in, and again, congratulations to Kurt Keel.
A lot of 85-yard guesses.
A lot of 85.
Of course, that's what you said in the
and it was wrong.
In the clip.
And it was wrong.
Some 90-yard guesses. But the official OHSAA record book says 88.
88 yards.
It's still the record for the playoffs.
Colton Mabry on the carry. We'll give him a gain of a couple. We'll call it 3rd down and 4 for the Rough Riders. Big down here. They can pick up a Fowler TV 1st down. They'll move the chains, keep the clock running as it's down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds here in the 3rd quarter.
Had an interesting comment here from Vince Yale. Said Matt Clements put his paw up like a big grizzly bear to make Emmerling float the ball, and then Elston took it from there, running through a Luke Fickle arm tackle.
Really?
So Cincinnati University head football coach Luke Fickle, of course, interim Ohio State Buckeye football coach Luke Fickle. I did know he played at Columbus de Sales. I had heard that he was in that game, but I didn't realize that he was the breaking tackle on that play.
Nice run by Caden Sharp. It's a Fowler TV 1st down as they move the chains. That is interesting. That's interesting. You know, if you go back and you look at some of them playoff games, and if you could pull out the programs, I'm sure you could find kids that had outstanding college careers at major Division I schools and now continue on. Sullivan, we got a flag.
We always hear about Big Daddy Wilkinson.
Oh, yeah. Boy, I'll never forget that year. Boy, they were big. And they come rolling out down there at Welcome Stadium, and they were world beaters. They were absolutely huge, led by Big Daddy Wilkerson. And, boy, St. Mary's took it to them. I think I think they shut them out, like 35-0 or something like that. And of course, Wilkerson later went on and played professional football with the Cincinnati Bengals. 5-yard penalty, Dave Weilbacher penalty, brings it back. Gavin Reineke's going to keep it and go to the outside, puts his head down, and he'll get to about the 44-yard line.
Unsure if that was supposed to be a pitch or was a sort of a student body left from the beginning. Okay. Gavin Reineke, whatever was called, made a good play out of it.
Good job by Caden Sharp down leading the play on the block. Clock continues to run, 1:29 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Counter back. And Mabry is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for maybe 1, so we'll call it 3rd and 8.
The rain has lightened up a little bit, Joe. I think we might see a pass come here from St. Mary's. Might. Would be the first pass attempt of the game.
Keegan Sharp goes wide to the right. He's going to roll. He's got people. He's got him. Got Hemmelgarn. Nice move. To the 10. Jumps over a player. Touchdown. But we'll see what the flag's all about. What a play by Ryan. Braden Hemmelgarn.
I think they're going to bring that back for a block in the back, but that is a ticky-tacky block in the back to bring back, and great play. And he's signaling holding. Excellent job, Gavin Reinecke, finding Hemmelgarn really with pretty nice coverage.
Oh, just a shove.
Yeah, they call
that was a nice run. Leaped over, broke a tackle, leaped over a defender, but they're going to bring it back on a block in the back by Sharp.
Now that was past the first down, so that'll still be a first down for St. Mary's.
Correct.
Doesn't negate the first down, but negates the touchdown.
Well, you called it.
Yeah,
you called a pass play.
And a boot. Finally, that boot that we saw.
And I thought it was going to go deep. I didn't see Hemmelgarn running across the middle of the field.
Elida was in pretty good coverage there, but excellent pass.
Put it right on the money. So we'll do it again. Counter back, and I believe ball carrier is...
Looks like Sullivan.
Braden Sullivan. So we'll give him a gain of 2. We'll call it 2nd down and 8. That should be the last play of the third quarter. So on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard is the St. Mary's Rough Riders 35, the Elida Bulldogs 7. Back right after this.
St. Mary's Eagles 767 is dedicated to promoting the general welfare of the citizens of St. Mary's by giving special attention to public improvements. They are also committed to helping meet the public needs and all that relates to the betterment, convenience, and comforts of the citizens of St. Mary's. For more information on how you can become a member, call 419-394-3257 or stop in during business hours at 404 East Spring Street in St. Mary's. St. Mary's Eagles, 767. People helping people.
All righty, we welcome you back for the final 12 minutes of play here at Grand Lake Health System Field. Joe Hurlbert alongside Zach Farrell. Rider Nation Station telecast of this Western Buckeye League encounter between the St. Mary's Rough Riders and the Elida Bulldogs. On the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard, the Rough Riders lead 35-7 and have pretty much done most of it on the ground. Of course, they just had a nice touchdown pitch and catch by Hemmelgarn brought back. But we got 12 minutes to play.
Yeah, got a couple things to talk to Mark Sisko about in the rules of the game show on that one, because I also am curious whether that was a legal hurdle or not. We've talked before, I think, about jumping over a player is technically illegal. No flag was called on that because I think it was already coming back. Yeah, watching it here on the replay.
Well, I don't care. That's impressive. That's impressive. That's impressive.
That's like a track hurdler.
And you know, in all honesty, when you're in live action and that's such, how do you know when to time that?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to just absolutely know where his head is, and Reinecke's going back to pass. They're going to set up a screen, and it's to Sullivan. Sullivan will go up the middle. He's to the 25. Will maybe push forward to the 24-yard line.
Interesting little play there from St. Mary's. Not something I recall them running this year yet. Sort of a fake toss into a screen to the left and a couple men downfield.
Third down, we'll call it a long 3 for the Rough Riders.
Nice toss sweep there to
it's going to be a
Sharp.
Fowler TV first down, and is it Caden?
Yep, Caden Sharp.
Caden Sharp on the carry. Tell you what, he's done a nice job. Now keep in mind the Rough Riders are without the services of Tanner Howe. He was the injured Rough Rider player. We don't know what the extent of his injuries are, but he has not seen action here in the second half. So, and probably a good move because he's really not needed in this particular ball game. Colton Mabry, he's to the 15, to the 10.
No, it's not a good scene when Tanner Howe's not able to come off the field on his own. So, hoping for the best, but nice to see some other guys step up tonight in his absence.
Keep in mind, next week we'll be right back here to Grand Lake Health System Field as the Bath Wildcats come in a big Western Buckeye League encounter. And of course, Zach, we've talked about it earlier in the season. It's for some reason the Rough Riders always seem to struggle with the Bath Wildcats.
Yeah, Bath just seems to every year come out with an excellent game plan against us, make it very tough. It's always a tough to get a win against them.
Bath's got a nice quarterback. Last year, I think he was a freshman. We were up there, and he's obviously he's just a sophomore. But Ian Armitrout is a pretty doggone good quarterback.
And they're playing well tonight. 7-7 at halftime with Wapakoneta. We'll try to get some updated scores here in a little bit. But
first and goal from the Elida 7. Sharp.
Still.
7. Touchdown!
Wow.
Oh, mercy.
Woohoo!
What second effort by Keegan Sharp.
That is just
stopped right there. Boom. And then he spins, breaks a tackle, bounces off of that, and keeps moving forward. And Caden shoves him into the end zone. Doesn't get any better than that.
That's just good Rough Rider football running.
That's hard-nosed football
wow.
right there. That's how it's done. 41-7 with the point after coming from Bowers. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 9:56 remaining here in the fourth quarter, it's the Rough Riders 42, Elida 7. We'll be back right after this.
Here at TLC, we expanded our business, so we wanted the security of knowing exactly where all the kids are and what's going on in each of the rooms. We chose Fowler's because we've done all our televisions with them, and they mentioned they have security systems. So we just wanted to go out and look at it, and they were very upfront, and they do excellent work from start to finish. And so we chose Fowler's TV. It's been great for us here at TLC Learning Center, and Fowler's TV would be great for anyone.
Guarneri's Pizzeria and Pub has partnered with Rider Nation Station this season so that every Friday night, Guarneri's can be Rough Rider Football Central. Guarneri's will be streaming Rough Rider football live every Friday night at 7, paired with your favorite Rider aid. Make sure to call and make your reservations now to ensure yourself a good seat. Call Guarneri's at 419-394-2244 and make your reservation today.
Albert Sporting Goods. We still have to get a camera in that pylon.
Yeah, come on, Rich Spencer. We need an Albert Sporting Goods camera in these pylons.
Ball is bobbled by
ball's out.
Myers, and that's on the ground, and the Rough Riders have it.
Stosh Patterson
comes up with a fumble. So good job by the special teams. We're going to see it right here on our instant replay.
Bobbles the ball. It looks like irons.
Oh, yeah. Not really who stripped it. Yeah.
Can't tell exactly who stripped it. Maybe number 11, maybe number 20. But excellent job there stripping the ball. And Kevin Perry and Stosh Patterson just met at the ball on the ground.
We got a timeout on the field with 9:40 remaining. The Rough Riders lead 42-7 on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Back right after this.
Miller Funeral Home has been serving the Rough Rider community in its time of need since the 70s. Our business is a family affair, dedicated to serving families with integrity, dignity, and compassion. Miller Funeral Home, proud to be a supporter of the Rough Rider community.
I hope. Alrighty, we welcome you back once again to Grand Lake Health System Field. Joe Hurlbert alongside Zach Farrell, Rider Nation Station. 42-7, the Riders lead on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. This updated score in the Western Buckeye League, the Bath Wildcats lead the Wapakoneta Redskins 14-7. So that'll be a big feather in the Rough Riders cap as far as standings are concerned if Bath Wildcats can defeat the Wapakoneta Redskins. Rain continues to fall here at Grand Lake Health System Field. Riders have it 1st and 10 at the Elida 20-yard line. In the ball game is quarterback Kyle Kogi, number 5. He's a senior for the Rough Riders. Also number 77 is Xavier LeClaire, 360-pound sophomore. Ooh. Zach, you keep an eye on him because I'm pretty sure that he'll have a pancake or two before it's all said and done.
I watched him last week against Kenton, and he had some monster pancake blocks that just throwing guys off of the line. 77 there, right tackle for St. Mary's.
Kogi will turn. And the ball carrier is
Kessler.
Jamal Kessler.
Got a lot of new faces in there. 63, Deshaun Vernon. 77, of course, Xavier LeClaire.
Of course, with a score of 42-7, that's a 30-point margin, so we're going to have a running clock for the remaining 8:19, so the clock will continue to run. Kyle Kogi's your quarterback. Kyle's a 6'2", 195-pound senior. Carter Steinberg on the carry. Now Steinberg also played a little bit of quarterback last week against the Kenton Wildcats. So the Rough Riders are going to attempt a field goal, and in comes Bowers to attempt a field goal. It'll be placed on about the 25-yard line, so it'll be a 35-yard attempt. This will be big. This is a confidence booster for him. Kick is up. The kick is
looks good.
No
good.
It's wide to the left. So with 7:24 remaining, we'll have exchange of possession. The Rough Riders lead 42-7. We'll be back right after this.
Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success, and supporter of the Rider Nation and St. Mary's community.
Since 1981, Plus One Professionals has serviced St. Mary's and the surrounding area and are ready to meet your real estate needs. They know the real estate market and can help you. Whether you're moving in, moving out, or around the area, Plus One Professionals are ready and eager to help you sell or buy your new home. They operate with the highest level of professionalism, expertise, and honesty as they help make
Back to action here at Grand Lake Health Systems Field, where Brady Kirk takes the football and he gains about 5 yards on the play. Ball will be spotted at the Elida 25-yard line. We'll call it 2nd down and 5. 7 minutes remaining here in the ball game.
Getting some new faces in here for the defensive side.
I think the defense is pretty much as intact. I think he's pretty much got his number one defense still in the ball game.
Yep, you're right. Wants to keep that running clock going.
Brady Kirk. We'll give him a gain of a couple. We'll call it 3rd down and 3 for the Elida Bulldogs. Clock is down to 6:05 remaining in the football contest. Kobold. I think the Rough Rider. Is there a flag on the play?
I don't see a flag. I heard a whistle, but I don't see a flag.
Rough Rider. I saw the defense jump.
Defense jumped, but I don't think he got far enough over for a penalty. I thought maybe somebody on Elida jumped because of that, but
Cobalt's going to go over and have a chit-chat with head coach Kyle Harmon. And he's not – I think
it looks like the running back signaled timeout there. Oh, no, they're just clapping.
Well, in at quarterback is number 11, Jaden Irons. I want to say Irons. That's not Irons, though. I think it's number – is it 16?
Yeah,
that's Ryan McGew at quarterback.
Just a freshman.
Yep. So Ryan McGew is the new quarterback for the Elida Bulldogs. He replaces Jackson Koval. McGew, he's going to throw the football over the middle. Nice catch by Jaden Irons. It's not going to be enough for a first down, but we'll give him a gain of about 7 on the play.
Pretty nice pass there from McGee. Especially for a freshman.
Yep.
6'1", 165.
He looks bigger than that from here. So we'll call it 2nd down and 3 for Elida. 4:10 remaining. Oh, the ball's loose. Ball's on the ground. And McGee falls on it, so that'll move him back.
Heads up play there from McGee. Get back on the ball because that was being scooped and scored most likely.
Be a loss of about 7 on the play, so we'll call it 3rd down and 11 for Elida. Clock continues to run, 3:30 remaining. Give the ball to Brady Kirk. He'll go nowhere. So it'll be 4th down for the Elida Bulldogs. That'll bring out the punter.
Brady Kirk, clearly the #1 rusher for Elida. St. Mary's has done an excellent job of bottling it up tonight. 15 rushes for 40 yards and just 6 yards being his longest.
Back to receive the punt for the Rough Riders, I believe, is Sullivan. End over end punt. And Sullivan says, get out of the way, and we're going to get a run. Our ball's going to run to get a good roll.
It's a big punt.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders. All they're going to need is about 2 first downs, and this ball game will be over. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders. Again, a host of substitutions in. Be 1st and 10 for St. Mary's. The ball is at their own 11, 12-yard line. We got a timeout called by Elida with 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. 42-7 Riders lead on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. Back right after this.
Since 1981, Plus One Professionals has serviced St. Mary's and the surrounding area and are ready to meet your real estate needs. They know the real estate market and can help you. Whether you're moving in, moving out, or around the area, Plus One Professionals are ready and eager to help you sell or buy your new home. They operate with the highest level of professionalism, expertise, and honesty as they help make your real estate dream a reality. Call Plus One Professionals at 419-394-7402 in St. Mary's today.
2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. New quarterback in the ball game is Carter Steinberg.
Looks like Carson Strowold in at left tackle. Deshaun Vernon in at left guard.
Steinberg under center, calls the signals. And no gain on the play. Matter of fact, might have lost a yard or so.
Yeah, it's 23, Caleb Felber. Ball was on the ground. Wasn't sure if he ever got a hold of it or if where it came down, but heads up play of picking it up and keep going.
And they need a first down.
Isaac Yaney in at center.
Steinberg trots in with the play from head coach Bo Fry.
Tanner Mealy in at right guard.
Full house in the backfield. Steinberg with a quarterback sneeze goes right up the middle. Gee whiz, we'll give him a gain of about 4 on the play. We'll give him 5 on the quarterback keeper.
Got some new linemen coming in. Ross Bowman, Terry Amborski. couple freshmen. And they're at tackle. Brandon Amstutz in a tight end.
We'll call it 3rd down and 5, 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. A first down here would pretty much ice it.
Oh, nice block.
Nice run. I'm not really sure who that is.
37, Jacob Kessler.
Nice job. Nice run by Kessler, and that should pretty well do it.
Just a freshman. Watch this replay here, Joe. 66 out in front with a monster block.
Oh, my. Nice block.
That's Hunter Mabry.
Well, that should just about do it. The clock is going to run down. They will not have to snap the football. 42-7 is your final score. The St. Mary's Rough Riders win this one going away. 42-7 on the American Manufacturing Solutions scoreboard. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with the Hewer Renovating postgame show. We'll do that when we return to Grand Lake Health System Field right after this.
Colder weather is just around the corner, and you want to make sure your family's vehicle is tuned up and ready to go. Rabel's Auto Service has been voted the best auto repair center in St. Mary's the last 3 years. And did you know they will pick up and deliver your vehicle for free? Give Rabel's Auto Service a call at 419-394-1624 or stop in and see Jeremy at 1610 Salina Road in St. Mary's. Rabel's Auto Service in St. Mary's. Give them a call today.
Writer-Rooters is proud to be a sponsor of tonight's game. Writer-Rooters, for over 40 years, has helped provide financial support to our athletic teams. Now it's your turn to help Writer-Rooters. There are several leadership positions open that need filled immediately. If this message is speaking to you, please contact Athletic Director Jim Holman at 419-394-4312.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet.
All righty, we welcome you back to Grand Lake Health System Field, where the St. Mary's Rough Riders win this going away by a score of 42-7. It's time now for our Hewer Renovating postgame show, brought to you by Hewer Renovating. He's your residential specialist. Give him a call at 419-394-8643 for all your home renovation needs. That's Hewer Renovating in St. Mary's. Zach, as we mentioned, the Rough Riders win it going away. This is a ball club that came in as the number one team in the Western Buckeye League in scoring defense. They were just giving up nearly 11 points a ball game. The Rough Riders blew that out of the water. They put on up 42 points.
Yeah, we saw a continued now for the third week in a row a St. Mary's rushing offense that is not making mistakes, and everybody on that St. Mary's offense is doing their job and doing it well and doing it for the entire play consistently. And that's what Coach Fry has talked about all season, wanting to see that put together. Everybody on the offensive side running the same play, working downfield for blocks, and we're seeing the results of that the past 3 weeks against these three teams. And when the St. Mary's offense, you take care of yourself, as Coach Bo has talked about. When you take care of yourself as in the St. Mary's offense, there's not a team in the WBL that can really stop you. And we saw even the one of the top defenses in the WBL just really get run over tonight.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers in the ball game.
So we had for first down St. Mary's 22 to Elida's 7. Total yards St. Mary's 350 to Elida's 167. St. Mary's had 2 passing attempts completed, 2 for 2. And Elida was 7 for 17 with 1 interception and 1 touchdown. Passing net yards, St. Mary's just 27. Elida's 137. Rushing attempts, St. Mary's had 56 rushing attempts for 323 yards. Elida had 22 rushing attempts for 30 yards. St. Mary's fumbled twice, but were able to pick them back up. Elida fumbled 3 times, lost once. Penalties. St. Mary's had 4 penalties for just 25 yards. Elida just 1 penalty for 10 yards. St. Mary's was 7 for 10 on third down conversions. Elida 5 for 11. Punts, St. Mary's had 1 for 33 yards, and Elida 4 for 147 total yards, the longest being that nice 53-yarder that we saw there fourth quarter. Average drive start, St. Mary's dominated, starting on just their own 41-yard line on average to Elida's 23-yard line, so almost 20 yards of average drive start. And time of possession was really pretty even. St. Mary's 25 minutes and 20 seconds, Elida's 20 minutes and 11 seconds. So St. Mary's really got the job done quickly tonight when they needed to. Looking at individually, Gavin Reinecke 2 for 2 for 27 yards passing. Rushing for St. Mary's, Ross Henshin, 17 rushes for 104 yards, as long as being a 14-yard scamper. Caden Sharp really stepping up tonight, 11 rushes for 59 yards. Aiden Hinkle, 6 rushes for 38 yards. Looking at some notable others, Braden Himmelgarn, 5 rushes for 44 yards. Colton Mabry, 5 rushes for 17 yards. And a whole host of other running backs getting into it with Gavin Reinecke, Carter Steinberg, Braden Sullivan, Caleb Felver, and Jacob Kessler. Elida, receiving for St. Mary's, Braden Himmelgarn, 1 catch for 22 yards. Braden Sullivan, 1 catch for 5 yards. On Elida, Jackson Kovalt had 6 completions on 16 attempts for 130 yards and 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Rushing, Brady Kirk, 15 rushes for 40 yards. Pretty nice job from the St. Mary's defense of shutting down the rushing game. Receiving for St. Mary's, Gunnar Kuhn, 3 catches for 54 yards. And Jaden Irons, 2 catches for 66 yards and that big touchdown early on. Brady Kirk, 1 catch for 15 yards. So started a little rough. Elida came out of the very tough and with a lot of energy, and they made some nice plays. They had a great game scheme, I think, early on, especially against the St. Mary's defense. That's one of the best that we've seen in a long time. So excellent game plan, and really not a bad first half from Elida, but unable to stop the rushing attack from St. Mary's, running over them on the defensive side, and that just piled on in the second half. And really a backbreaker with that interception return for a touchdown from Braden Sullivan.
All righty, Zach, thank you very much. That's you've been watching the Hewer Renovating postgame show, brought to you by Hewer Renovating, your residential specialist. Call 419-394-8643 for all your home renovation needs. That's Hewer Renovating in St. Mary's. We're going to take one final break. We're going to come back and wrap things up from Grand Lake Health System Field right after this.
Speckman Automotive of stores in St. Mary's and Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. Family run since 1960, Speckman Automotive upholds the tradition of blending old-fashioned customer service with modern technology that the customers expect and deserve. Shop local. Shop Speckman Automotive.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their 3-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Unique Awards and Signs, here to take care of your signage, graphic award, and gift customization needs. From banners for your graduate or corporate sponsors to awards recognizing those dedicated employees or champion sport teams. Stop in at 1865 Salina Road or call us at 419-394-1612.
VFW 9289's mission is to honor all veterans, past, present, and future. Come on out on Football Friday nights to watch the live stream of Rough Rider football. VFW 9289, a proud sponsor of Rider Nation Station.
Vogel's Bake Shop, making thousands of fresh donuts daily, open 7 days a week with stores in St. Mary's, Salina, and Walpock. Also now found in Wagner's IGA in New Bremen, Minster, and Fort Laramie.
Alrighty, we welcome you back one final time to Grand Lake Health Systems Field where the St. Mary's Rough Riders win it going away 42-7. I want to remind everybody to check out the American Legion Post 323 video highlight show tomorrow. You'll see all kinds of highlights from tonight's ball game, offensively and defensively. I'll tell you, you'll see a lot of spectacular plays from the Rough Riders tonight. As I mentioned, with the win, the Rough Riders run their overall record to 6-2, 5-2 in the Western Buckeye League. With their loss, Elida drops to 4-4 overall and 3-4 in the Western Buckeye League. So that's going to wrap it up for Rider Nation Station here at Grand Lake Health Systems Field. We'll be back with you next week as the Bath Wildcats invade Grand Lake Health System Field to take on the St. Mary's Rough Riders. For our entire Rider Nation Station crew, what a great job they have done throughout the course of the season and tonight. For Zach Farrell, I'm Joe Hurlbert. We'll see you next week with more Rough Rider football here on Rider Nation Station. Once again, our final score, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 42, the Elida Bulldogs 7. So long, everyone.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.